What's going on, guys? How are y'all doing tonight? We have got 500 people in here before the live even started. I believe that might be a record. Clapping for y'all guys. What's going on, everybody? There's way too many people in here for me to say hi to individuals. So, all my moderators, love y'all. Volume. Ooh, we do have a drink tonight and some water because I have a funny feeling it's going to be a long one. Oh, what we got here? So, how's everybody week going? How was everybody's weekend? I hope it was drier than mine. Um, we've had 2 days, I think, 2 days of dry weather, and I think we got 1.5 more days, and then it's supposed to rain for 4 more days, and give me 5 more inches here on the mountain. What's up? Come on, everybody saying hello. Everybody jumping in. What's going on, everybody? I'm actually babysitting. Well, not baby, but kid sitting right now. I've actually got 2 kids on the couch behind me asleep right now. I ended up picking up Serenity and Jacob from the bus today because Mike and Lissa was still out running errands and had to go pick up Talon from his EA Sports practice thing. Yay! I'm catching the live chat. Nice, good deal. Let's see here. Hello, David. A big hi from New Hampshire. Love your channel. Thank you very much. Possum Run. See you, MT. I'll try to jump in and see a few of them. Let's hear it. Lori, how are you? Into the Mist. What's going on? Into the Mist. Are you monetized yet? How close are we? I hope you are getting close. If not, please put Into the Mist link into the chat, please. I would really, really like to get Into the Mist monetized, or at least as close as possible, because she is a great storyteller and her channel is legit. I like it. Let's see here. Hello, still getting a bunch of hellos. You look and sound way better. Come on, Homestead. Thank you, Auntie Ann. I am getting there. I took my blood pressure about an hour ago, and let me get the numbers here. I'm still not quite where I need to be, but I'm close. I am 127/89 right now, and I was 199/137 or something last week. So I'm getting there. Let's check your blood pressure on air. It'll probably be high on air with me doing this. There, even though I've been doing this for a long time, there's still nerves that go along with it, and we got 1,049 people in here tonight, so we done broke 1,000 already. Come on. It's gonna be a big night of different stuff. Let's talk about the flood. We'll start with the flood. I spent about 8 hours yesterday working on my road from that flood. I talked to my neighbors. They came by on the 4-wheeler, was checking fences and all of that other stuff, and they said that it's the worst that they have seen since they've been here, and they've been here their whole life. So the amount of water and the size of that creek turned into it. I don't know if anybody is familiar with like the Swanee River, but it was like the size of the Swanee River down there in the opening. It would except for a whole lot more current and a whole lot more rapids. It was crazy. And they said, yeah, it was by far the worst that they've seen. It went almost up to start going up the hill towards the gate. And the good thing about where I'm at, all of that low spot is actually not even on my property. And I've gotten a ton of emails and comments and messages and all of that, and about contacting the Army Corps engineers and the county and the state and all of that. That is not an actual road. That is an easement that comes back to my property on private land. So all of that's not going to work. The roads out here are actually not bad, and they do a pretty good job of maintaining them. But they're not going to come onto private land and do that. And that's also why I can't build like a structure down there to like stay in, like a stay in cabin, because down there by where I would need to build it at, that's not my property. That's just an easement. I have a right of way through there to get to my property. So that's why that won't work. Tree Haven, what's going on, buddy? Just seen you pop in here. The Okie Homestead, hello. So yeah, I would love to do that. They are willing to let me do what I need to do, as far as like a zip line or something like that. Gary's already been racking his brain about what we need to do in order to get a zip line both directions to be able to cross the creek. To be honest with you, that's probably going to be the cheapest and fastest way to actually access the other side of the creek when it gets out of hand. It doesn't normally get that way. That's the worst. I think they said it was the worst flood since like '83 or something like that. That doesn't happen often, and it doesn't matter what kind of bridge or anything I put down there. If that happens, there's no getting out. But I'm not really too worried about it. I've had a lot of people, which kind of touch on another part that was on the thumbnail about moving. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should just cut bait and go and move and all of that. Yeah, I mean, that would be an option, but it is just too beautiful here, guys. I love Come On Mountain. It is gorgeous, and if I can fix it to where I can get in and out pretty decently, and then every once in a while, if we have a flash flood that's like a rare event or something, me not being able to leave, that's not that big of a deal. I lived in Florida for most of my life, and with every hurricane season, I mean, you ran the risk of being stuck in your house for 2 days. And same thing with up north in the snow and stuff. When a blizzard comes through, you're stuck at your house for a couple of days. The good thing about the water here is, as fast as it goes up, as fast as it goes down. Literally, the worst that it's ever been seen by the neighbors here, the very next morning, when it was at its highest, the next day, Mike was able to walk across it. It was still sketchy and still flowing pretty good, but he was able to walk across it to get back onto the mountain. We had to find a high spot with some trees and all of that. I showed that actually on my Come On Keeping It Real. If you're not subscribed to Come On Keeping It Real, go over there, because there's a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on here on the mountain that's on that channel. And I show a little sneak peek stuff like that. But that particular morning, he needed help getting across, and I was actually recording whenever we was doing that. Heck no, don't move. Paradise in the making. Yes, I agree. You're going to have challenges anywhere you're going to be. I want to be in the mountains, and it doesn't really matter what mountain I'm in. You're going to have challenges that come along with that. You got extreme weather and everything, and I honestly think, for the most part, that the weather here in Arkansas is mild compared to a lot of places. I want seasons, and in order to have seasons, you got to deal with different types of weather. And I don't want to deal with extreme seasons, but I'm willing to deal with some. And I stay pretty well prepared, and I keep an eye on the weather daily. And so I know when storms are coming in and that. And so I try to stay prepared. Like right now, I know I got 5 inches of rain coming this week. Starting Tuesday night, it's supposed to start raining again, and it's supposed to rain all the way until like Saturday. Is changing. Friday might be decent, and then start raining again on Saturday. So I know that's coming, and I know that it's very saturated around here. So I went and bought 2 more gas cans. Went ahead and got some supplies. I've always got enough food here to make it like at least a month. I do have I'm not an extreme prepper, but I'm prepped. I can survive out here long enough before I can go and take one of my pew-pews back there and go get me some groceries. So I'm not going to starve to death. I got fresh water, so I'm good to go. Let's see here. Wow, we got 1,539 people in here tonight. That is amazing. I have no idea how many likes we got, because over here on my other screen, it is not refreshing. David needs to build an arc with the trees he cuts down. Yeah, I definitely need to arc it. Let's see here. Sipping and Swimming, new channel. Yeah, you don't want to go swimming out there in those rapids. I promise you, it's intimidating, guys. I've been down there whenever it's really, really, really getting it, and the camera don't do it justice. And I'm not gonna lie, you walk up onto something like that, it's pretty intimidating, and it's amazing what the power of that water can do. And I mean, I watched it push down trees. It took Mike's truck down the creek, and that wasn't even the worst one. That flood right there was like half the size of the flood that happened last week. And I thought that was like the worst. And then come to find out, nope, it had a little bit more going. Floodwaters are super dangerous. Yes, they are. I just came in. Woo, it is jumping tonight, guys. It is jumping. If you have a question for me, hit at Come On Homesteading in capital letters. That way it turns orange and it makes it a whole lot easier for me to see. So good to hear the energy back in your voice. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm getting there. I still get a little lightheaded. Yesterday, whenever I was working, I took a little lunch break. I worked 8 hours, and I took a little lunch break because I felt like I was getting a little bit weak. So I went ahead and took a lunch break, kind of came in, checked my blood pressure, all of that other stuff, and I was doing pretty good. So I went back at it, and it really wasn't hot yesterday. Yesterday was gorgeous. Like today, I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. And just a couple of days ago, I was in flash flood for 2 days, 3 days actually. Let's see here. Come on, Homestead. And your niece with Mars has shouted at you already. Oh, hello, Marissa. How are you, sweetheart? I'm sorry. There's a bunch of people in here tonight, so I will be missing a lot. I'm not even going to ask Auntie Ann how I'm doing because I know I'm not doing good. I'm 1,700 people in here. Yeah. So the question of me moving, no, I'm not moving. I do plan on tackling this and fighting it. Right now, I'm going to control what I can control. There's no way for me to fix this whole road at one time. It's about a half a mile long. You're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to fix it and fix it right. So basically, I'm going to start of next month. I'm going to start bringing in like 2 dump trucks a month of rock or fill or whatever I need to bring in for whatever section I'm working on. And I'm going to start here at the cabin, and I'm going to work my way to the gate. And once I get to the bridge area, I will skip over to the other side and continue to work on the road, because right now the bridge area is not a huge concern for me, because if I get flooded in, I get flooded in at this point. The thing about this area is with schools and work and everything else, they're used to it. They know that this is the thing in this area, so it's not as critical. And I can't just kind of skimp together a little makeshift bridge. It will wash away in the first flood. It'll be a waste of money. I actually did price some, what was it, 6 foot tall, what are they, culverts? That was, I think 30 or 40 foot, 30 foot long, 6 foot tall. And they're $4,000 a piece. And in order for me to use culverts across there, it's probably would take about 6. And then water would still, and then that's not counting all the trucks of concrete I would have to bring in to make it a concrete structure so it doesn't get pushed down the river. And then if it ever did get too high, it would just kind of go over the top of it. So that's kind of what I'm at right now as far as that. I mean, you're talking at least $20,000 for culverts, if not more, with all the concrete and stuff. So it is what it is. Hopefully I can get some steel from my brother one day, and we can make that happen. We got 1,845 people in here tonight, guys. That is absolutely amazing. I am glad y'all are spending your Monday with me, because it has been a busy one. I have went to the I'll spill some beans of what's coming up here soon. That goes with the what's next part on the thumbnail. I did get the pieces back for the sawmill today. I had 2 pieces fixed for the sawmill. I had the crank that y'all seen on one of my last videos that broke before the flood. And also another piece that was needing to be fixed. And while I was already at the machine shop, I decided to go ahead and fix that as well. So I will be putting that back together tomorrow, and hopefully getting as much milling done as I can possibly get done. Oh, the parents are here for the children. So I want to get the sawmill going and get as many logs as I can get milled, because Uber is actually leaving the mountain Tuesday or Wednesday, tomorrow evening or Wednesday sometime before all the rain gets too crazy, because it's going over to the 41.36. Me, Uber, myself, and quite a few others has got some work to do over there. And Tim with Ridge Life will actually be here Wednesday. Did you wake up? Good morning.
Everybody's awake. All right, guys, put your shoes on.
Let's see here. We got two super chats. We got Bowie. Says, stay the course, David. Thanks, buddy. I plan on it. David Moffett, what's going on, brother? Says, put this towards the first culvert. Can I get all of you to join in and make it happen? Hit the thumbs up as well. You out of breath. Did you run up here?
I ran the last 100 yards, yeah. What's up, everybody?
Yep.
We just made it across the creek. The creek's lowered down enough where I was able to put everything in the kayak, and I found a short spot, and I just pulled the kayak across the creek.
Yeah, there is. It kind of goes up. You can see where it channeled it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, right now you have 2,000 people in here.
Whoa!
That you were talking to.
Holy smokes. What's up, everybody? It has been a day. Woo.
Yeah, they have been in town all day. We all are getting ready for this rain that is coming.
Yes.
They washed clothes today, did some grocery shopping, gas, all that stuff. I went to Paris to the machine shop, got gas, got supplies, Walmart, and all that other stuff. Then I had to go and get provisions and stuff for the dogs and the goats and all of that today. And did you know that we are in a hay shortage here in Arkansas?
I remember actually the very first time I went with you into town for Tractor Supply, and you couldn't find
it.
hay.
Ain't getting any better. I had to buy some compressed hay like this or whatever from the Tractor Supply. They say it's a bale. I don't really see how that's a bale, but it was $26. Yeah, $26. But the good thing is it's spring. Things are starting to bloom and stuff again, so I'll be able to move the goats and they can have all the fresh foliage that they want.
Sorry I've missed everybody's chats. We were walking and crossing the creek. I was attempting to keep up with the chat on the phone, but it was impossible. I don't know how you're even trying. This thing is moving. This is wild.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Hey everybody, Etienne, MT Homestead, how's it going, everybody? Paul, I seen Simple Life Acclaimed in here. Old Tim's in here.
Oh, is Tim here? What's going on, Ridge Life?
Man,
I'm gonna see you in a couple of days, buddy.
Ron Gray, what's going on, brother?
You might get stuck on the mountain longer with me than you want to.
Yeah, it might be from 4 days to 7 days.
David, stay safe. Take time to fix your road, but we know you will get it done. Yeah, it's gonna take time, man. I'm not a stressor. It's not how I roll. I work better under pressure. I look at stress as if you stress things, never in the history ever has stress fixed a problem.
Made it worse every time.
Never. It's never fixed anything. So I try to not stress about things as much as possible and try to keep a clear head so I can come up with a clear solution for the problem.
Yep.
I am human. I stress just like everybody else stresses. You know, it's just I don't dwell on it, and I don't let it like control my day.
Right.
You know, I'm like, okay, feeling a little bit stressed. All right, what can I do to fix this? You know what I mean? And I kind of go into that mentality. Liz Ho, Danish money. Oh, nice. But it is all I can afford. Take good care, David. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Danish money. That's the first time I've gotten Danish money. That is awesome.
I actually didn't know that the Danish had their own money. I didn't know if they had the euro or not.
Well, we are learning something on here today.
Hey, right?
Today.
There's let's see, Antoinette Harper, Teresa, Brian Wilkerson. Who else? Stephen Kennedy. What's up, everybody? I seen a good idea. It's from Marcy Bullock, find a local farmer and maybe you could buy hay from them.
I've actually been talking to him. My neighbor, the one that actually owns the property that is my easement, is a cattle farmer. And I mean, basically what he's got is for his cows right now. I mean, we are right at spring, so things are going to start popping and there's going to things growing and all of that. So, but you could definitely believe I'll be prepared for next year.
For sure.
I plan on getting some round bells and stuff out here. Yeah, because I've tried to find square bells, round bells, everything. And even though it costs more money, I'm going to buy what I need to buy for my goats. My animals are going to be took care of before I get took care of.
Yep.
So it's whatever I have to do. And honestly, I'm searching far and wide right now. I've done moved my perimeter out. And if I have to, I will hook my trailer up and I will go. And when I do find it, I'll go get about 4 rolls of hay and just load up and come on back home.
Right. Oh, Paul.
Let's see here. How long? It's already been 20 minutes. That's crazy.
Man. Alma Cano said, might be a silly question, but is there any way you can redirect the flow of the creek to help a little?
No.
Not a chance.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No. It would take the Army Corps of Engineers and Bill Gates money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of water, guys. We're talking about, I don't want to over exaggerate it, so I'm gonna probably drastically under do it. It was at least 3 football fields wide.
Okay. Oh, that's taking it.
Yeah,
that's light.
That's light. I don't want to over exaggerate it. It was a minimum of 3 football fields from edge to edge. And I would say at least 2 football fields of that was literally rapid style current running through. It pushed trees down. It cleared out. You know how y'all hear me talk about I want to park out my property? It literally parked out that section.
Yeah.
I'm actually editing a video tonight about me fixing all of that stuff the other day. And how'd the road turn out?
So the first time I seen the road after he fixed it, I was walking down and the middle of the road was like a big pile. It was just a bunch of giant rocks. And it's now nice and flat again. It looks night and day. It's wonderful. To give you guys an example of how bad the road was and how bad the flood was, if you go to Drifting Dreamers 5 and look at our newest video, I have some footage of what it was like that night when it flooded. And I was standing, no exaggeration, not even 100 yards from the gate. And the gate is a half a mile to the cabin. And at 100 yards, there was flowing water. It was intense.
Yeah, it's insane. But like I said, if my property flooded, I would be a lot more concerned.
Right.
It does not flood here. I mean, where you see all the water and stuff over there, the Drifting Dreamers, it's because we just cleared that land the day before we had our first flash flood. And we have not had 2 days, 3 days max of dry weather before we have 2 or 3 or 4 more days of rain again. So we have not had no break. It's like nonstop.
And actually, since you took Uber over there and flattened out the driveway, it looks way better already.
Yeah.
Already.
Yesterday, being that we had 2 days of decent weather, it's still wet over there. But I took the tractor over there and I kind of crossed the ruts and stuff just to kind of flatten them out and disperse that water a little bit so it wasn't puddled. Trying to get it to dry enough that I can somewhat level it out before we get this next 5 days of rain, just to kind of get some kind of drainage going on. Cuddly Texan, $50 super chat. You are going to need a few culverts before you even get to the bridge.
True.
Yes, that is true. Keep moving the ball forward. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, this is a marathon, guys. This isn't a sprint. This isn't a race. This ain't the 40-yard dash or nothing like this. You can't do something on this scale of building a whole new homestead on top of a mountain that just is not that you're creating, and then dealing with Mother Nature and all of that. It's impossible to do that in 3 months.
Yeah,
it's not. There's so many different moving parts to this. Just like the tiny house. I work on it when I can work on it, but it's impossible for that to be my primary focus, because there's so much other stuff that goes on a day-to-day basis here that you can't neglect. And if you do neglect, you're going to get behind and it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
It's a lot. They know since they've been on the mountain, the only thing that has stopped me since they've been here is blood pressure. Blood pressure. And I did stop for a couple of days, but I mean, they know I was literally sitting here chomping at the bits, like just not wanting to just sit here and kind of get back at it. But Mother Nature stepped in again and made me sit here because
Relax.
it rained the whole time. So it was just like, all right, you have to stop, breathe, take a break. And it worked out because with deer and all of that, my son and my brother came and we got to hang out a little bit. So it was good to have some family time and to kind of rest and kind of get my blood pressure back leveled out and all of that. And ever since I got that done, I still don't have all my energy back, but I'm definitely a lot better. I think my color is better.
Yeah.
I've been more motivated. And tomorrow we got one more good day.
We're going to get it in tomorrow.
We're going to get it in. Today was all about prepping. It was the prepping.
Paul said something about me picking my nose until it bleeds. Man, I need content, man. What you're picking in there? No, it actually my nose is good. It only scabbed up for a day or two. Lissa actually picked out each one of the prickers in my nose. I had 5 little prickers right in my nose. It was terrible.
Texas George said, "Come on, Homestead, and talk to the USDA. They have grants to help landowners with projects like that." Yeah, that's actually a good tip. I can actually see that. I see them having grants for that more than like the Army engineers.
Yeah, for sure.
The Army engineers, guys, honestly, is not too far from here. They're the ones that built the dam on
Blue Mountain Lake.
Yeah, and they're the ones that control that.
I've seen all the signs everywhere.
And honestly, I think Blue Mountain Lake might be contributing to it as well. I think they dumped their
when the dam fills up.
Yeah, when excess, all the excess. To save all of that, and I think that's part of the flow that I'm getting. Let's see here, Patty, towards the culverts. Oh, well, thank you so much. That's definitely where it's going to go. There's a ton of. I will tell you though, that the culvert I put in, even though it's undersized, that joker's only about that big around. I would say it's probably a 10-inch or 12-inch culvert.
Yeah,
probably 12-inch. I would say culvert. I put that in across that one road because everything that was coming down that logging road was just flooding out the road past the crossing towards the cabin and destroying that road. And it makes a huge difference, guys. It keeps that area somewhat decent, even though it's too small for what I use, but it was free. And any kind of, and was it on the last video? Yeah, the last video, I think it was the walk around showing all the damage. I showed how much water
before and after.
Yeah, of how much water that little culvert was pushing. So there was some washout. I did fix that yesterday. Y'all see that on the video tomorrow or the next day. It's depending on when I get it out. It might be Wednesday, but I'm shooting for tomorrow.
And guys, I know that the zip line is a great idea. I mean, it really does sound fun and it sounds awesome, but realistically, it's not feasible. Man, when that too long.
It depends on where it's at. A zip line will work.
Like for right now.
For normal, rainy, and even whenever it gets to the point where I told you there was 2 times where it got to the point where I wasn't comfortable going across, but I probably could have made it.
Right.
Those regular rain events where you have rain for a couple of days and stuff like that, yeah, that'll work fine. So it is something that we're going to do just to get across the creek if need be. But to do one as just a permanent, the bottom line is when it floods like that, there's nothing you can do. You're stuck here. And if you go down the power lines, you might make it, you might not, but it floods back there as well. There's a lot of water coming on those mountains behind there. And we were down there and there's creeks and streams there. So if they're that bad here, they're going to be very bad there as well. Maybe not as bad. Basically, you're stuck. And if an emergency happens, it's going to be just like when you're snowed in or everything else. They're going to have to bring air support. I mean, I've always wanted to be a pilot, but I don't know if I can afford a helicopter.
Man.
Even though the old man that witched my water said, hey, you need a helicopter. Let's see here. Plant with Debbie. Remember your joy when you saw that mountain the first time. You got this, and I know that you can make big things happen. Thank you. And $99 super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, and trust me, I don't forget the beauty. They hear me talk about it all the time, is that it's hard to be in a bad mood here because of how gorgeous it is. And they are literally seeing the ugliest part of Arkansas right now.
And we think it's beautiful.
Yeah, they think it's gorgeous, and they ain't even seen gorgeous yet, because when they got here, all the leaves were gone.
Yeah.
it's literally been an ice storm and 2 flash floods and rain every single week since they've been here. So, and they're still loving it. So that's a good deal.
And, you know, speaking of the views, we did 13 loads of laundry today, and I was getting aggravated. I was like, it was hot in the laundromat, and we looked over and we looked out the window and seen the mountains just out the window, and I was like, I felt better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I do that. That creek, that same creek that is causing me all of this is also on the flip side, the same creek where I spend a lot of my time just decompressing, you know, getting rid of that stress that we was talking about, about not stressing on things. I sit at that creek often. There's so many different natural little waterfalls and just beauty that's down there whenever it's behaving and not acting all crazy, that just makes it why I love being here. I've always wanted, my whole life, my goal was to have a place that had a view.
Yeah.
I wanted a view. I've lived in a lot of places and I've never had a view. I've had a view with just woods, and I like just woods, but I wanted a view. I wanted like a creek, a pond, a mountain or something. And I finally got that. And I'm not going to run away because I might get flooded for 2 days. Yeah. I'm from Florida. Yeah. A hurricane comes through there, you're done for weeks. Yeah. Weeks.
We hang out. It's party time.
Yeah. You're done for weeks. So 2 or 3 days. The only scary part for me, guys, and this is me being as honest as I can be, if an emergency happened during that time. But at that time, it's going to be an emergency. I'm so far out there, honestly, it'd probably be better for them to bring a helicopter anyway.
It'd probably be getting there fast.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things. I am seeing 2,475 people in here. That is absolutely mind-blowing.
And, you know, on the way here, guys, I was talking to Uncle David, and he was like, hey, are you going to make the live tonight, or what are you guys going to do? And I was like, yeah, we're running a little bit late. And he was like, man, there's already 200 people waiting. And I was like, I bet you'll have 1,000. Yeah. And now it's 2,000. Man, this is crazy. Amazing.
Yeah. You know, and these guys being on the mountain right here also makes me feel a little bit more secure about things. And we help each other out. They're a big help for me. This one right here causes a lot more work for me, but definitely the amount of work he causes me is pale comparison to the amount of help that he gives me. So, and just like today, they had errands and stuff to run. Kids got off the bus and stuff, and I was here and could go down there and grab them. They didn't have to reroute their day, and they go to town and check the POBOX because they're in town a lot more than I am because they have kids and all that other stuff, school, and all that. I don't have all of that. I try not to leave the mountain, guys. You know, me being stuck on the mountain for 2 days is kind of like, okay, nice. Yeah. You know, because I try to only leave like every 4 or 5 days anyways. Yeah. I just bought more gas cans so I don't have to leave.
Yeah, he just bought 2 extra gas cans so he could stay even longer.
Yeah, I told them, I said, if I fix that road too good to where it's too easy to get in and out of here, then I might go back to my old lifestyle where I'm always on the move. And I don't want that. I am so happy the Drifting Dreamers drifted this way. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they're killing it, guys. They're working their butt off. They're itching too. You know, they're over there in that camper, you know, with 3 kids and stuff, and they're wanting to get out and do stuff over there. And Lissa's talking about, she can't wait to get the clippers. Yeah. And all this other stuff. I don't think I've ever said, man, I can't wait to get the clippers.
Man, listen, I don't know what it is about those loppers that bring her serenity, but I don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, it's like Roxanne with Country Road Cure. She loves to rake.
Right.
I hate the bad end of a rake. Can't stand it. I'd rather get Uber and like scoop everything up, you know. But different people kind of have their different things. For me, fixing that road yesterday was therapeutic for me. Right. Me and Uber just, you know, doing the repetitiveness and all of that, you just kind of get in a zone. 13 loads of laundry. Come on, Mountain needs a washing machine and dryer. Working on it.
Yeah.
We are close to that, guys. We are close. Give y'all a little behind the scenes. Of course, all of this stuff going on has definitely put the siding down, but we've got a decent amount of siding milled, burnt, and ready to go. And we're milling all day tomorrow as long as these parts they fixed work properly, and getting as much of that done as we possibly can. And then pretty much take tractor over there, go help some family out, and then come back, and we're going to start slamming this thing together. Being that winter is over and I made it through winter, insulation is not the highest priority anymore. So I want to get the siding on, and then we're going to get the plumbing inside working, and then the septic tank for the toilet. And then at that point, I have all the essentials that everybody else has.
Right.
I have a flushing toilet, a working shower, and a working sink.
Listen,
So,
and that shower is so awesome. We actually had some water heater trouble over at the camper, and I was like, "Hey, can we come over and hop in the shower real quick?" He was like, "Yeah, come on." Man, that shower is so nice and hot. I sat in that joke for like 15 minutes. Like, oh man.
yeah, it's huge too. It's huge. Tim's about to experience the shower and the off-grid part of it with the other part.
Yep.
so,
Yep.
So, but hey, the way I see it is we're steady making moves. I got a sink and a shower now, and you can ask them and anybody else that knows me. The number one thing that I wanted out here was a sink.
Yep.
It wasn't a shower. It wasn't the toilet. It wasn't. I wanted a sink. Having a sink makes life so much easier with cooking and washing dishes.
You don't
and
even want to
cleaning
cook.
stuff. Yeah, you don't. That's why I ate like crap for the last year.
Yeah.
Who wants to cook and I only know how to cook big. I cook big meals. So,
Yeah.
And then you have big dishes, and then you're
That
sitting out there with
that
cold
15
water.
bean soup you made. Holy smokes, that was so much.
Yeah, I'll call them every once in a while and be like, y'all hungry?
Man.
Because I'm over here cooking by myself. And some things you just can't cook small.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Oh, Brooke says she sent you some Facebook information about some hay around here.
All right.
And guys, a military footbridge is a pretty cool idea also. That might be something that we look into also.
And that also depends on budget.
Yeah, I mean, man.
I do think it sometimes that people think I'm rich because I have Uber and a new truck and all that. That just means I'm broke.
Yeah, that's a fat payment.
That's all that means. Uber to me was the most essential tool that I needed here on the mountain.
Yeah.
And I believe I proved that this last year with Uber. Without Uber, life would be extremely hard here, and it would be such a slow pace. Uber has teleported what I've been able to do this past year. Camera really doesn't do it no justice. The drone footage kind of helps a little bit, but if you're ever curious, look back at the first video of me doing the walkthrough of this cabin versus what it looks like now, just as far as clearing. There was literally trees surrounding this cabin.
Yeah.
And just the clearing alone is a massive undertaking. And that's all been, family and Uber, pretty much.
I'm a little back. Somebody. Oh, there it is. Charlie said you can get a mini washer for under $150 and hang clothes on the lines. If kept up, would only have to go to laundromat about once times a month. So yeah. Honestly, we got 5 people over there, and
that's a lot of and
we have so much laundry.
The problem with hanging on a line here in Arkansas,
in the rain.
Well, first of all, you have rain. 2, it's also very humid, and it takes a long time for stuff to dry. Like out there in the shower room, I will literally I have like 3 screws hung up and my towel kind of all on all of them, so it fans out. Because if you just have it on one nail hanging like you can normally do, it won't dry.
Yeah.
Because of all the humidity here. Let's see here. Uber rocks 27. Nice. We're almost to 2,800.
Wow, that is amazing.
Nice. We might break 3.
Lindsay said that they just had a guy in her town drown from the flash flood that we just had.
Yeah. It's dangerous, and I take it very serious, guys. Let's see here. Come on, Mama in the chat. It looks like my mom's in the chat. What's going on, Mom?
Yep.
David, Auntie Ann says your mom is in the chat. You better say hello to her. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Hello, Mother. How are you? Yeah, there's a lot of people in here tonight. So, be honest with you, I'm just where it's jumping is kind of where I'm reading at this point.
I'm using the phone to try to keep up a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But just give you a heads up, 20 minutes remaining.
Hi to your mama. She's in the chat. See, I just got that one again.
Yep.
I bet you if I refresh this over here, it'll be in a totally different spot. Let's see here. I got to switch it now because I refreshed it back to live chat. That'll help also. Let's see here. Where are we at? 40 minutes. All right. I know a lot of people want to know.
Everybody wants to know.
Everybody wants to know, where's Margarita been? Me and Margarita are no longer together. Honestly, it happened about when my blood pressure stuff happened actually at the exact same time. I don't think it was related, but it was nothing bad. I think Margarita is an exceptional woman, a great mother, a great person. I have nothing bad to say about her.
She was really cool.
Yeah, I have nothing whatsoever bad to say about her. She is an absolutely amazing person. But the distance, the time, her busyness, my busyness, time, logistics, and all of that, and kind of where she's at in life and kind of where I'm at in life is it did not match up. And it increasingly got harder and harder to see each other, and we started seeing each other less and less.
Yeah.
And then like literally in January, we seen each other at the very beginning of January, and I don't think we seen each other again until February, the second week of February.
Yeah, after we got here.
And she's needing more time than that, and I get it. And but at the same time, this is a hard lifestyle, guys. This is not easy out here.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. It was literally mutual. We talked. We agreed that we can't give each other what each other needs right now, and it wasn't one way or the other or anything like that. It was literally, there was no. Of course, there's hurt feelings because we cared for each other, but there was no hurt feelings towards each other at all. So that is where it's at. I'm not going to dive way too deep into it. That is extremely personal, and I don't want nobody picking sides or nothing like that. It's not a side thing. I felt like if I couldn't do what I needed to do as far as on that end, time wise and everything like that, and she has 3 kids. And I'm not willing to hurt the kids as well by it continuing on and it not being what's right for both people. It's not right, and I can't do that. She's a great person. That's all I can say. And so please, everybody, be kind in the comments and all of that. But that is where we are. I do live my life online. I live my life for all of y'all to see. And these things happen. Everybody that you meet doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be there forever. Margarita is the only person I've dated here in Arkansas. I met her when I first got here, pretty close. And it is what it is. And I think she's a great woman, and I ain't got nothing but good things to say about her. And I hope y'all are all kind, and I hope y'all are kind to me, because trust me, it wasn't a malicious thing in any kind of way whatsoever. It was 2 mature adults understanding that it just wasn't working and making the decision to move on.
Sometimes people are meant to be in your life for a season, and sometimes that season is longer, sometimes that season is shorter.
And the last Fired Up Friday that she actually recorded, she wants me to edit and actually put out for you guys. Cool. So that kind of tells you about how we kind of left. We did not leave on a hatred type thing by any kind of ways.
Right.
So all I ask is kind of respect her and respect me in this. It's not easy for either one of us, but it is what's best for both of us.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to leave it at that. I hope I cleared all of that up, and this will also be the last time I address any of it in the comments on video or anything like that. So, but I do appreciate the open arms and support that y'all always gave her. And I appreciate that a great deal.
I don't mean to change the subject so abruptly, but almost 3,000 in the chat, guys.
Oh, wow. We are almost at 3,000. Man, if we could get to 3,000, that would be absolutely mind-blowing to me.
Man, 15 more minutes, guys. We can definitely get to 3,000. And smash that like button.
Hey, Cuddly Texas said, here's for the Florida Airboat Fund. Hey, now airboat would work.
Realistically, that would, because you could drive it right up onto the land.
I could literally go right up on the land with that. You know what? I ain't thought about that. And that's a shame too, because I am from Florida. So you would think that was something I would do. But honestly, with all the rocks, that's the problem.
Yeah.
With an
Oh,
airboat.
true.
Yeah.
It would tear the bottom of that thing up.
You'd be good in the water part, but once you kind of come out of it, you would have to have a nice little what's happening.
Yeah.
Let's kick this pig, you all. Yes, we are close. Share it out. Oh, we done lost people. We lost people.
Oh.
We still might hit 3 though. We still got 16 minutes.
There we
16
go.
minutes. Y'all dropped the video today, didn't you?
We did. Yep.
Yeah.
We released a video today. It was about us taking a nice little hike, finding out where the creek over there behind the camper ends up to.
Future pond.
And the future pond.
The future spilling beans tonight.
We also after that, Lissa cooked some dinner, and it showed. I know my drifter in the dark little short part was in there. It showed me, and when all the lights went out, and then when I came back to the homestead and found the creek the way it was, and then when I slept, and I ended it off with me sleeping in the car.
Yeah, it was a long night for old Mike. Arkansas's been kicking his what's happening.
Glad I got a hard head, man.
But you know what? He's keeping a smile on his face, guys. And honestly, that's why I knew he would be perfect for up here, because he's got such an infectious personality and outlook on things. I mean, life will beat him slap in the head, and he'll come out smiling, talking about, well, yeah, we definitely don't need to do that again.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So that's awesome.
Well, I've had a good mentor to look up to and someone to show me the brighter sides of life. So,
and I'm not going to lie to you guys. It means a lot to me. I've been mentoring him since he was a kid, since he was about 17 years old. And to have him up here on the mountain with me, wanting to kind of pursue this same type of life that I'm pursuing right now and stuff, it means the world to me. It really does. And now, I mentored him to get him started in his career and his life back then. Now I'm mentoring him how to live the life that you want to live towards the end of your career type thing. So it's kind of full circle.
He's showing me how to get it in the beginning, and he's showing me how to slow down at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Because believe it or not, guys, back in those days, well, look here, I'm not the same person I was back then. I was hell on wheels. I always had the same core, same value, same worth ethic, same all of that and stuff. But man, I was 9,000 miles an hour myself.
At the end, and we actually did today put a go bag into the back of Lissa's car. We got a little blanket, a little pillow. I got a box of Cheez-Its,
Ziploc,
and a couple of waters, and a box of Ziploc bags. Yep. So we'll be good to go.
You need an army duck. Yeah, one of those duck boats would be pretty cool. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know if that propeller, those duck boats ain't got a lot of And I'm telling you, when I say it's like a class 4, I don't know how they class rapids, right? But I would say it's a class 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the upper. In certain spots, that junk is coming through. It's insane.
I mean, when I crossed over Friday morning after the flood, even after it had receded down, when I crossed through it, I had to literally hold on to the tree branches because my legs were just basically dangling under the water. It was rushing me away.
Yeah. Yeah, this joker, I'm glad he called me, because where he was trying to go across, he found out later was about 12 foot deep.
Man, yeah, I couldn't. It looked so right there by the kayak. It looked so shallow because the kayak was right there. And then, guys, when we rode by the next day and checked it out, it's like 12 feet down to the ground. The kayak looks like someone threw it out of an airplane and it got stuck in a tree.
And it was so loud. Like, we was screaming.
Man,
I had to
anything.
I normally don't edit. Come on, keeping it real. I keep it real. It's one take. It's whatever comes out, comes out. I had to edit that one because of the screaming that I was having to do for me and him to communicate across there. And I was telling him, no, don't do it. I was like, wait. And I kept driving back and forth down to where the crossing is, trying to find the best spot for him to come across.
A good way to put it side by side. If anybody lives near a major highway, that's what the creek sounded like a major highway.
Yeah, like a freight train. It was loud. And I finally found a spot that looked like it was low enough where it would be around to his knees, maybe a little higher in some spots, but there was a lot of trees and an island right there where he could kind of take a break and kind of get his breath and everything else, and then kind of continue on the other side. And the current was still strong, but he had trees that he could brace onto where he didn't have to worry about getting took down.
And another thing that people don't really think about is the temperature of that water is icy.
Yeah.
It takes your breath away, and it's hard to even concentrate because you're just like, oh.
Teresa Smith, just for whatever you need. God bless you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Is that a cat or a?
It looks like a fox.
A
maybe,
fox or a cat? That's awesome. And got the little puppy. In the picture?
Betty Fletcher, we do have life jackets out there. Actually, we leave a life jacket in his truck and down there with the kayak.
Yeah,
so
when he was crossing, I had a life jacket weighted.
Yep.
With a big long rope.
Yep.
On me just in case that I could throw out there, and all of a sudden me turn into like old Hasselhoff with Baywatch. I'd have been like whoosh whoosh. I ain't as good all the time as I used to be, but I think I got one more good one in me.
Oh, Jeff Miller says a class 4 is almost a waterfall. So
yeah, class 4.
That's about right.
Yep.
Yeah,
because that was a moving waterfall.
Man.
Basically. I mean, it's violent. It looks violent. It sounds violent. Like, I've seen floods and stuff in Florida, like the rivers were crest and, you know, it kind of, but nothing like this, guys.
The water doesn't rush really like that in Florida.
No,
when
it
there's
just
water
rises
in Florida,
and overflows.
It's like, oh, we know not to drive in there because it's deep.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
But it's still.
Yeah.
It's like like a real light current. Here, man, look at here. Florida style. Make it a canal, small bridge. The equipment, the problem with it is I'm very limited to what I can do down there. Like, I have approval with my neighbors to build a bridge and do all of that, but I can't do like these huge relief ponds and all this other canals, and I can't. It's not my land.
Right.
I would love to own it one day, but I'm a long ways away from that. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to keep grinding and keep working. My goal is to own the whole mountain at some point. I mean, I'm the type of person, once I go after something, I mean, I'm going to shoot for the top.
It's to the end.
You know?
That's right.
And I hope that I'm happy wherever I settle.
Lila Newton, kids love the swing. The kids love the swing. Every single day the kids are on the swing. Lissa loves the swing. I love the swing. Everybody, that swing brings smiles to everybody.
I like the swing, but I'm not getting on it. Yeah. I told them I'll get on it when the roots come.
Yeah, and that's coming. We're going to actually get Uber over there because I grabbed a shovel. And guys, I forget all the time that there's no such thing as grabbing a shovel and digging here.
No.
In Florida, you dig it up. Here, I got like 10 minutes in, and I was like, forget this.
Florida's got sugar sand and a little bit of, in certain spots, you'll dig up some seashells and stuff. But here, you got boulders.
Man.
Boulders. Karen Bracklet, is that it? $10 super sticker. Thank you very much. David Moffitt, I think the thumbs up button is stuck. Hit it and see if I'm wrong. That's awesome. How many thumbs up do we got, David? We still got 2,657 people in here.
Trevor Anderson says, hi, guys. We all need a fund for Mike for body armor and Band-Aids.
Hey, you know what? I think Mike missed his error. I think Mike would have been best served back in the night days when there was full body armor.
Armored up. Yeah,
he would have been ready. He would have been ready. Let's see here. Yeah, 1,500 likes. I'll take it. That's a lot of people liking. Come on, Mike. Did you get the stump under the swing cut down? No, that's coming tomorrow.
Yes.
That's the first thing I said, Paul, when I walked up on it.
Yep.
I said, nah, that ain't going to work.
I said, somebody's going to fall and break their back.
Yeah, I said, somebody's going to break their back on that. So I told him we'll take Uber over there. It's kind of why I was over there kind of flattening out some stuff, you know, trying to make it a little bit more passable over there. But we'll be getting that out here soon. See, that's why you don't get stuck in the mud. It's all rock. Right. Hey, it's not all rock. You get off those rocky sections, and you'll be on to something. You'll see, Tim. You'll be up here, buddy. Don't worry. I'm gonna give you Uber lessons when you get here, so you will never get stuck again.
Hey, I'm with the Cuddly Texan. Cuddly Texan says it's easy to trip in armor. Mike would be in trouble. I agree.
That is true.
I like to think of myself as more of a samurai.
Yeah. All right, in the comments, do y'all think he's more like a samurai? I'm curious to know what they got to think about that.
You guys seen how I slipped through them trees in the woods? Come on.
That's a old samurai. That's funny. Ooh, I would not give him one of those, what's the kabutas or whatever it's called, the swords.
Oh, the katana.
Yeah, the katana. You running around with a katana? Nah. That'd be a real short movie, guys. That'd be a real short movie. Floating bridge pontoon. Yeah, the problem with the floating bridges is like we talked about the class 4 rapids coming through there.
Yeah,
it would destroy it.
Man,
it would literally rip it apart
I mean, think about it. It took my truck and carried it 50 yards.
in 2 seconds.
And and it would have been even further if not for the trees. It was terrible.
Oh, did you get the sign that I sent? Yes.
Oh, we did get it. Yes, we forgot. I showed him. That got overlooked on film because when I came back from the post office, he was right in the middle of milling and we put it down. Check this sign out, guys.
Yes, this is what?
Crazy House.
Crazy House. Check this out. Don't go down, turn around, don't drown, come out.
Come on.
You gotta love that.
Man.
Yes, I did. I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually wanting to say something about that. And I already know exactly what tree it's going on.
Yeah.
Yes. It's going on the same tree that his truck went on.
That's a good spot. That's a good spot.
Let's see here. I seen a super sticker jump by.
Yep.
Doris, thank you very much for the $10 super sticker. That looks like a pear. It is a pear.
It is a pear.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the comment section said no, definitely not a ninja. Definitely not a samurai.
No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Mike needs to work in one of those places like what is it? Do y'all remember Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh, I love Chuck E. Cheese.
With the ball pit?
Oh, I love the ball pit.
Yeah. He needs to be in like the ball pit or like the foam pit, like where you fall into foam.
We actually took Jacob to one of the places in Florida for his birthday last year. It's a little jump place. It was cool.
Nice. You will have a story for your grandchildren. Oh yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Charlotte, is that Forster? Prayers for better weather. Love DD5. So glad you have family there. Yeah, me too.
Thank you, guys.
I'm not gonna lie, it's nice having just life on the mountain. I mean, I like seclusion too, though. Don't get me wrong. I like my pride, but the good thing about it is we're separated enough to where if we don't really want to see each other for the day, we don't have to. I mean, there's some evenings where we don't speak or nothing.
I think yesterday
next
we
morning,
didn't see each other.
Yesterday was more one of those. He had his stuff going on. I kind of had my stuff going on, but we do get together and do family dinners and stuff like that. And we've actually talked about it just the other night. We actually went and sat and had a little fire. I put it on my Facebook group. And we just kind of sat there and had dinner and watched the fire and checked out the moon. And we have decided that we're going to make that like a weekly thing.
Yes.
Like at least once a week, we're going to kind of get together as a family, no matter how busy we are, and just kind of relax, kind of unwind, kind of let the stress of the week kind of roll off.
My buddy Wesley says Mike's more like the Kool-Aid man.
That's true. He will bust through some walls.
And I know everybody's still asking about the truck, guys. The truck is totaled. It's we're waiting on Geico to send the SOS to tell Uncle David to bring it down the mountain. Yeah,
it's so bad up here, guys, that the insurance company is going to pay me an Uber to take the truck off the mountain.
Yes. Oh, and Miss Sharon, actually, guys, you got 2 packages today. We went to the post office today.
Nice.
We did get some packages. They're all down in the car still. We're going to wait until after the live, guys, and go down there and get the laundry, the gas, and all the packages.
Most of the time, guys, I open up most of the packages on Come On Keeping It Real.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as my channels go, that's more the behind the scenes, and it's more of a blog style channel. So I feel like it's appropriate to open those up more on there. I will open them up on lives as well. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, most of the time I open up most of it on there. So if you have not subscribed to that, like I said, that channel is steady growing, and man, we have a lot of fun there. I show a whole lot of cool stuff and just different adventures.
We got a lot of people to say I'm like a ninja. That's right, guys. That's what I like.
Don't boost him. He'll be over there trying to make him one of those katanas. Or whatever.
Deborah Pinky, Mike, have you removed your hitch toolbox and stuff? No, I need to remove all that stuff. And Pettit Jean River Homestead. I'm so sorry I haven't emailed you guys back yet. So I don't even have the jack or the handle to bring the tire up and down. I'm really sorry about that.
I'm gonna let you read that one because
Rubai?
No.
Oh, David Moffat, $10 super chat. I can print custom signs for anyone, midline graphics. I suggest one for passing speed limit 10 miles an hour unless you see water, then punch it. Send it, David. I tell you what, guys, even if I seen another comment earlier and it said that if I wouldn't have driven into it the first time, I might have died the second time. There would have been no chance that I would have ever in a million years tried to cross that second time. I wouldn't even. No way. It scared the tar out of me.
Well,
that first one, I was like, yeah.
When I tell you guys, it was over 2 times worse this last week.
Yeah.
Flood. That's no exaggeration. Literally, where he was at, where I pulled up before, I was still somewhat towards the entrance of dropping down into the creek where he was at before. I mean, I was basically right there where I could see his truck. If his truck was still sitting in those same trees, you would have had to go around like 3 corners in order to see his truck. Because literally where the water was at, you could see the gate.
Yeah.
And I would say that from the bottom of that hill to where the creek is about a quarter of the way to my cabin.
Yeah.
So
about 1/8 of a mile.
Yeah, about 1/8 of a mile. So it went up even higher, 1/8 of a mile further.
Yeah.
So no, he would. If he would have went there, then he deserved to lose everything.
Whatever.
Because I promise you, I couldn't believe that he did the first time. But there ain't nobody in their right natural born mind that would have tried the second time.
No.
I'm telling you, I seen it after it already receded a lot, but I could see the evidence of all the stuff and how far it went and how much damage and how strong it was. But even the next morning, that junk was moving.
Yep.
Crazy. Well, we are at the 1 hour mark, guys.
We got a super chat right there. You're still up.
Come on, Mountain is beautiful. Thank you. Who is it?
Janine.
Janine. The writing on that phone is small. Thank you very much, Janine. I appreciate it. But we are at the hour mark, guys, and I do believe.
We're going live tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going live tomorrow. What time?
8 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
Central time tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Robinson Belly Acres follows me, so I'm gonna get off here, guys. I am glad that everybody was in here tonight, and we had a block party here on Come On Mountain. It was a blast, guys.
Almost 3,000.
Almost 3,000. That is crazy. So until we see each other again, guys, come on. Hey, let's go on another adventure.